Hi and welcome to all the racing enthusiasts around the globe joining us for this pre-recorded show. It is for the Hollywoodbets Greyville meeting on the turf. The first race due off at 15:45 and race number 1 is the welcome to Hollywoodbets Greyville maiden plate over 1400 meters, where number 9 Master du Rouvet is 16-10, number 7 Next to Kin 33-10, number 3 Bourbon Beast at 6-1, and then number 5, which is the first timer, that is called Gimme the Gold at 7-1, and the comment from the stable is will improve from the run. Let me bring Dees into the show. Welcome Dees, how are you doing and what do you think of the card?
Yeah, trust that all the racing fans are well, Sheldon, and looking at the card, it looks highly competitive. I think the exotics should play well, and I think we must get straight into it as we bring up the field. And hopefully it turns out to be a wonderful day for the racing fans out there, because it is a race meeting that will begin. I'm just looking at the times here. It's a nice twilight race meeting beginning in the afternoon and going into the evening. So race number 1, we bring up the field, have a look at some betting. And number 1 is trading at 8-1. Horse number 3 is Bourbon's Beast at 11-2. 7 Next of Kin at 3-1. And Master du Rouvet, there is some anti-post betting for support from 2-1 into 16-10. Yeah, looking at the race, I think Matthew and Mike de Kock, number 7 Next of King, and number 9 Master du Rouvet, they look to be the principals, and possibly one of them could fight this out. I'm in the camp of Master du Rouvet in race number 1, Sheldon, on that good comeback run. I know he's a lightly raced 4-year-old who obviously must have his issues because he's sparingly raced, but that comeback run was very encouraging, finding one better. Or whatever beats him, I think will win. But a lot of respect for the de Kock horse, number 7 Next of Kin, who now tries, Hollywoodbets Greyville. And I think the way he raced last time out, similar type of tactics, could see him enjoy the track.
Yes, I think number 7 Next to Kin is a huge runner, and I'm in your camp between the 7 and the 9. I believe the winner will come from either or. The form line of that Cardinal Chief run has worked out immensely well. There's been a number of winners from that form line. I'm willing to forgive him for his last run, and I think he's the horse that number 9 Master du Rouvet has to beat. And then once you look beyond those runners, you take your pick. Number 3 Bourbon's Beast, improving rapidly and could be the third selection. But race number 1, let's keep it sweet and short. Number 7 Next of Kin and number 9 Master du Rouvet. I believe that could be the exacta to open proceedings in race number 1.
Race number 2 will be the start of the exotics with 9 races on the go. 16:20 will be the off time. It's a maiden plate for fillies and mares, 1800 meters the distance, the field, and some betting. And we'll begin with number 2, Curious Girl for Matthew and Mike de Kock, 11-10. That's now 9-10. Horse number 4, Echo, is at 6-1. 7 Terminal Velocity is at 5-1. We got 9 Intro at 7-2 and 10 Cool Wind at 6-1. Yeah, looking at the race for the bipot, I think many will be in the camp of Matthew and Mike de Kock's runner number 2, Curious Girl, on that promising introduction at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. It's never easy going a mile first up, especially at that course, and she really gave a good account of herself. There's lots of improvement to come. She's going over a distance that's actually going to suit her much better. She's got an obvious chance, and the price says it all, 9-10 at the time of recording. But back up in the bipot, I think the obvious horse is 7 Terminal Velocity, Sheldon. Having watched her, now she's improved over a bit of ground her last 2 starts. I think this 1800 meters is going to suit her as well. So I'm just going to go numbers 2 and 7 in leg 1 of the bipot. There'll be many that will be taking a chance with number 2, Curious Girl, as a banker. If you had to push me for 3rd and 4th for trifectas and quartets, just 2 on the runners, numbers 4 and 9. 2 and 7 good enough for the bipot, or are you strongly in the camp of one of them?
I'm strongly in the camp of number 2, Curious Girl Dees. When I watched this filly float down to the gate first time out, she's got one heck of a action. Watch her go down to the start and you get a lot more confidence. The only concern for me is horses that run such a cracker first time out, sometimes second time out, they're a little bit green and they still need that one more run education. But what I saw first time out, the extra trip's going to be right up her alley, and I think she's going to take a power beating. She's got a stride 2 to their 1, but terminal velocity, if the guys are looking for the backup, that will be the backup play.
Okay, we're on the same page here in race number 2, the start of the bipod. Either going to go 2, Curious Girl as a banker, and the obvious danger, number 7, Terminal Velocity. Looking for a form result in leg 1 of the first exotic.
Next up will be race number 3, and no surprise, number 1, Grand Occasion for the Gareth van Zyl stable. Races in the Schwegman Silks, the orange and blue, Samanga Kamalo, 28 to 10 down 22 to 10. Now these, if we follow the pattern, we saw that horse Queen of the Spear change stables, 33 to 1 down 5 to 1, win. The other day they backed that horse that came to the stable first time out, Imposing, 12.5 to 1 down 5 to 1, bang. Now, Grand Occasion, are they going to have a Grand Occasion again?
It looks that way because it's amazing, you know, these horses that are having a first run for Garrett, for the same owner, of course, they're now on this in partnership with another guy called Relay, JT Relay. So, but the fact is, you know, each time these colors have stepped out for Garrett, first up, money, and it's in the bank. And 28 to 10 into 22 to 10 does tell the story. So, number 1, Grand Occasion has to go into everything. I looked at the other horses. You mentioned the price of Grand Occasion. Number 2, Faisal is at 5 to 1. 4, Princess Palace is at 5 to 1. Art Nouveau, number 5, is at 5 to 2. 6, Our Lady Fate at 6 to 1. And double figures the balance. In leg 1 of the place accumulator, I'm not really convinced of anything here. Number 2, Faisal for Gareth, seems to be better at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, but she put in a very good run at Hollywoodbets Greyville last time out. Young Mkolisi Mbuta has won on her. Art Nouveau, Tony Peters in town. He's got a horse that's in excellent form. One can't discount that for his chances. And then the roughie could be number 9, Hot Strike. The reason being that last time out, there were signs of her coming back to her best. I know that she's an 8-year-old. She's here for another season. But Serena Moodley gets on well with her. Low weight of 53 kgs. If you'd ask me for the value in the race, that could be the value, number 9, Hot Strike. So my numbers for the place accumulator, I'm going to go 1, 2, and 5. I'm playing it safe. But for the bipod, I'll definitely include number 9.
There we go for D's numbers 1, 2, and 5, and a close inspection of number 9. If you had to put me in a corner, I'd probably go 2, Phaser from number 1, Grand Occasion, and let's see how race number 3 pans out.
We're on to race number 4. It's the big one, the Pick 6, a D States over 2,000 meters, and you need to get on the tote by 17:30. Field and some betting. We'll begin with number 6, Quinn's Time. That's attracted some betting support now into 7 to 1. Horse number 6, Anti-Post money there. 8, Connoisseur at 7 to 2. 9, Blazing Light at 7 to 1. 10, Rodriguez, that's trading at 11 to 2. 11, Pink Diamond at 5 to 1. And 12, Global Movement at 4 to 1. I'm going to begin with a horse that both Sheldon and I have gone for in the past. He hasn't run badly. His problem seems to be he's just run out of runway, runs on, but the top 4 last time out was another good run when attracting betting support behind Tommy Shelby. And that day again, he was slow out the gates, making up late headway. This time round, he goes a distance of 2,000 meters that he hasn't won over. But Sheldon, it could be a fair comment that the older he is now, this type of distance could suit him much better. The claim for is a plus as well. And we've gone for him in the past. I'm gonna not say I'm gonna give him one last chance, but I just feel that the 2,000 meter trip could suit him much better. Number 10, Rodriguez. My backup in the PA going to be horse 6. That's Quinn's Time. I like the fact that he's trying a bit further. There is anti-post betting support for him. And then 12, Global Movement for Tini Prunslu. Although poorly drawn, I'm expecting a good run from that. 6, 10, 12 in numerical order. What's our thoughts on Rodriguez this time?
Horse you have to include and you have to throw into all your bets. The extra trip is going to suit him, so I'm on your page. And then just number 2, Pongola. He seems to be a Hollywoodbets Greyville specialist. So if you look at his profile, all 3 victories have come here. And if you are looking for another horse to throw into the play, I think number 2, Pongola, could be worth throwing in. For the Michael Roberts camp, who has been a little bit quiet of late, but that turning point is around the corner.
So one more runner for the pick 6, number 2, Pongola, along with 6, 10, and 12. It looks like a nice quartet to catch racing fans, but the pick 6 will begin sharply at 17:30.
Moving along to race number 5, and this looks to be quite a competitive race with number 7, Faithful Nao at 17-10. Number 1, Vision to Achieve is 3-1. Then we have the Mike Miller runners, number 3, Siesta Sunset with stable rider Tristan Godden aboard at 4-1. JC Boerters jumps on number 5, Million Voices at 5-1. Number 8, Happy Analia coming here with some really decent form at 6-1. And then there's a big gap, 16-1, and better the rest. Dees, how many numbers are we going to go in the place accumulator and the pick 6 in this leg?
I like 2 runners for the place accumulator, Sheldon. The horses that are drawn widest of all, 7, Faithful Neo, and 8, Happy Analia. I mentioned Tony Peters, and down he brings a filly that's just in excellent form. One can't knock her. All 3 of her wins have been over the distance. Craig Zaki, who gets the ride, has won on her as well, so he knows her filly very well. In fact, when he won on her at the Val Classic track, it was no race when they put the money down. 8, Happy Analia for Tinny Prinsloo, another horse, just look at her form. You'd expect another honest run from her. She very seldom runs a poor race. Just a wide draw to overcome, but it's a small field. So 7 and 8 for me in the PA. But the backup in the other exotics, Paul Gatsby has to be complimented the way he's got Vision to Achieve on a string. From April to July, 3 wins, 2 seconds from 5 runs. That's top class form. And then Siesta Sunset, who's recently turned 3. Her form line of her last starts is what grabs my attention. Daphne's Daughter, a subsequent winner. Tara Star, Lady of Vic's winners. So it looks competitive, but I think you'll get through the pick 6 with numbers 1, 3, 7, and 8, which is my rule, half the field. But I'll take a chance with 2 runners in the PA, 7 and 8.
Well, there we go. Deez is going with numbers 7 and 8, and let's hope that will be sufficient to survive.
On to race number 6, a progress plate for fillies and mares, 1,400 meters the distance. This will be jackpot 2, the field, and the betting. Number 2, Forward Motion, 5-1. Horse number 5, Warrior Royale at 4-1. 6, Sovereign Grant at 6-1. 7, She's a Machine at 8-1. 8, Infinity Edge, the 3-year-old, is at 22-10, carrying 52.5 kgs. And 9, Magical Views at 5-1. There's one thing that's clearly visible in this race, Sheldon, is that of the 9 runners, Mike Miller holds the key. His runners dominate the best weighted column, all 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with 8 Infinity Edge on top at a 104, 6 Sovereign Grant at a 102, 9 Magical View at a 97, and 5 Warrior Royale at 93. So I think the winner will come from one of his runners. I'm just looking at the weights here because I spent some time on this race, and I will tell you that both numbers 9 and 6, who take on number 5, Warrior Royale, on that last start, they're both 4.5 kgs better off with the mount of Tristan Godden, who is the stable jockey. So 6 and 9 have every chance of beating the stable jockey Tristan Godden on number 5, Warrior Royale. Don't know what the riding arrangements were, but he usually gets the pick. So those 2 runners come into the race, but how good is 8 Infinity Edge we'll get to see on Friday night, because she's got a low mass of 52.5 kgs. You look at her run in the debutante stakes, the one thing that you can see clearly, 21.9 seconds, 400 to finish. She could be above average. You know, the market tells a story on what they think of 8 Infinity Edge, 22-10, but I think Mike Miller's other runners are alive as well, but the right horse could be at the top of the boards.
I think you could be spot on. The Mike Miller stable obviously holds a very strong hand. They're coming with numbers here, so they'll be looking to take home the quartet perhaps here. And number 8, Infinity Edge, only had the 2 runs to date. And you mentioned that 21.9, 400 to finish last time. That's low flying for a youngster. It's interesting that Matthew Thackeray is riding this one. Obviously the 52.5 kilograms on the back, so that's probably the reason Infinity Edge has Matthew Thackeray aboard. Looking at Sovereign Grant with Jabu Jacobs on, I give this one a big chance. It's run behind the likes of Warrior Royale second, Sharfolia, Green Sapphire, so some good forms in the bank lines there. And number 5, Warrior Royale, which Tristan Godden jumps aboard. Never far off the action and was a winner, beating Sovereign Grant 3 runs back. So what I'm going to suggest to the viewers is flip a coin and hope for the best here.
Yeah, it looks like that type of race because, you know, we mentioned the strong hand that Mike Miller holds. Once you start looking past his runners, you know, Forward Motion can get a mention, even a horse like School Policy. But we're going to stick with the best weighted column racing fans and stick with the Mike Miller runners. I'm going to be including all 4 runners in the pick 6, all of numbers 5, 6, 8, and 9. But I'm very interested to see on how the handicappers assess the rating of number 8, Infinity Edge. I understand it's a progress plate, but she does carry 52.5 kgs and is at the top of the boards.
Heading into the territory of race number 7, and this is the Lucky Fish winning streak, class 5 over 1400 meters, where the betting says that number 3, Fire Lighter, and the Mask number... What is the Mask? Let's have a look here. The Mask, number 7. So Firelighter and the Mask, numbers 3 and 7. They are the top 2 in the betting, round 33-10. Number 1, Gorgeous Dude, is at 9-2. And then we go out to Beach Palace and Better the Rest. Quite a competitive looking event, race number 7. I like a little bit of number 2, Sail to the Moon, who's currently trading at around 6 and 7-1. Well beaten behind Connoisseur last time out, but I like the fact that this horse is coming along nicely and has only had the 3 runs in the province, all at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. Yogas Governor would have started to figure out this individual. Although a little bit low on confidence, 713 days since last tasting victory. I think with the rating and the current situation, that Sail to the Moon could be an each-way play.
Yeah, it could be, you know, that may have just needed some time here in the province for Yogas Governor. The Social Squad Syndicate is absolutely flying around the country. Well done to them and their initiative. They got a nice horse on their hands that could possibly win here in KZN, and there are options for the horse to also race on the poly track and the equipment change as well. So keep an eye on in race number 4. There's some Connoisseur form line that's represented there that may just give you some confidence with number 2, Sail to the Moon, if any of those runners run well. I've made my play for the day here, Sheldon, in my exotics. I've had a good look at this race, and I'm going for the horse that I haven't gone for in the past, but the horse has attracted money. But this time round, I'm going to go number 7, the Mask. By far, the horse that's achieved the highest rating in the race at a 91. Low on confidence in the win department, which has seen the horse drop to a 69. Last time out when third behind that horse of Gary Rich, I think it is, Yanakis. On Tuesday, there was a horse called Price Platinum that won by 5 lengths at the Val. That's enhanced that form line of that race. Even though wide draw over this 1400 meter trip, we'll leave it to Sereno Moodley. It looks like a competitive race at the top of the show, you mentioned that. But my play for the day in all the exotics, I'm going to go banker number 7, the Mask. 33-10. I think the horse will attract some betting support considering that he's been fancied at his recent starts. But for the exotics, I'm going to take a big bold chance here and say banker in alles, everything.
Well, there we go. Dees is very, very strong on the mask. This is a horse who's been on our radar for quite a while now, and it's time to strike. So hopefully the mask can put it to bed, and Dees is very, very confident. And I'll say let's go the swingers and the exactors with number 2, Sail to the Moon. And hopefully if it comes through, we can sail into the sunset together.
We're on to race number 8. It's the last 2 races on the card. The double on the tote could be the way to end your day off. Class 5, 1400 meters. The lights are on. 1950, 10 to 8. We bring up the field, have a look at some betting. Number 1, Paka Imali, 5 to 1. Horse number 8, Lulu the Legend at 5 to 1. Then we got number 10, Attaboy at 7 to 1. And horse number 11, Ultra Quick at 11 to 2. I think before we even chat about this race, Sheldon, a fixture or a feature at our Hollywoodbets night race meeting on a Friday is that light show. And you have a vantage point when you're in the commentary box to really have a good look at it. I get to see it, whether it's on the telly or from ground level. There's, when you go to the grandstand, you're not that high enough to get the real, value of it. But if you watch it on the TV, you do. But how does it look from the commentary box with the music and the lights?
Absolutely amazing, Dees. When you're upstairs there, you want to climb ladders, you want to climb the towers where the cameras are positioned to get a little bit closer. But it's a wonderful experience, and you have to be on course to experience it. And the higher you are, the better. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, it is, and we'll look forward to that this Friday evening. Well, let's have a look at the field and some betting. Number 1, Paka Imali at 5 to 1. Horse number 5, Lion's Eye, is at 28 to 10. 6, Mama's Baby, is at 8 to 1. Number 8, Lulu the Legend, at 5 to 1. 10, Attaboy at 7 to 1. And 11, Ultra Quick, at 11 to 2. I'm going to give you my numbers for the place accumulator and then numbers for jackpot 2. My PA numbers, number 4, In the Bag, and 5, Lion's Eye. Yeah, In the Bag, just having watched this individual race in the province, I think 1400 meters now could suit, but I always got that slight concern that the horse has bled in the past and whether it's going to come up again. But the fact is, he's in good form. 5, Lion's Eye, hasn't shaped over the distance, but off late gives you the indication that he could be looking for further. And we know that Music is Life has won again. Fate or Fortune a winner. So those are my 2 numbers for the PA, just the 2 horses, 4 and 5. The backup in the jackpot, 8, Lulu the Legend, and 10, Attaboy, is going to be my value in the race. I know last time out the horse was fancied by the stable, the money was down, and very green in the running. I don't know what happened there, Sheldon, but the horse was slow away, and it was just out of sorts, turning into the straight, had some ground to make up. Ran on, but not good enough to win. This time round, they're going with the 2.5 kgs off. And I can't leave this horse out of the jackpot purely on the fact that the horse was fancied last time out. And I'm going to say had an off day. So 4-5 PA, 4-5, 8-10 jackpot.
I would include one other runner, number 3, Iron Will. I'm with you with number 4, In the Bag. I like the reason he's come down to a 61 in the ratings. A lot of these runners are quite low on confidence, but I'm going to be with you number 4, In the Bag, and number 5, Lion's Eye. But number 3, Iron Will, last time out, attracted support down 8 to 1. Back to 1400 meters, which 2 of his 5 wins have come. I think this is going to be the joker in the pack at around 25 to 1. So for the guys looking to get an upset and a result, throw in number 3, Iron Will. The 7-year-old might be able to bounce back, Dees.
Well, that is the roughie if you're looking for it, and that's how you drop tickets, and that's race number 8.
On to race number 9, and hopefully we'll be super fast if you're with number 1 at 9 to 2. Number 8, Voldemort, is 5 to 1. 6, Kimberly Horror, 5 to 1. And then number 5, Lucky Dollar, who's gone up in the ratings, is at 7 to 1, 10 to 1, and better the rest. Now D's number 1, super fast at 9 to 2. Everything seems to fall in his favor as the horse to beat.
I would say that around 9 to 2, the horse is definitely the right horse in the race. Draw 1, quick in Colisi Mbuto, gets the 2.5 kgs off, good record on the horse, a win in 4 seconds. And Tony Riverland, the big plus is that his stable has turned nicely in the last few meetings here. Not that they were running badly, they were just, failing to hit the number 1 box, which they've done successfully on 2 meetings back-to-back here in KZN. This horse super fast, whatever beats him wins over this 1400 meter trip. Be hoping to close a few doubles and trebles coming into this race. The only danger that I picked out for the pick 6, and I don't know why this horse just keeps coming up every time I look at the race, number 6, Kimball O'Hara, Mike Miller's runner, another solid horse. I think when you have a look at the way he's been racing from 1,000 to 1,600 meters, the distance suits him nicely. The form line of his last start has seen Grand Appeal win. He just never runs poorly, so because of his consistency, that's my only backup in the race. So place accumulator, I'm going to suggest to the valued racing fans out there, banker number 1 super fast, possibly have a go. We know where the horse is going to be turning into the straight from that draw, and with that low weight, well, maybe he can go start to finish here. But the only danger, number 6.
So there we go, 1 and 6 for D's, with number 1 super fast being the horse they all have to beat. And then if you're looking to throw horses into the trifectas and quartet, numbers 3 and 4. But number 1 super fast, D's is very strong on this individual, and hopefully he goes super fast into the winner's enclosure.